What's up guys, it's Tyler from the Aquatic Journal. We're a few days away from April here, so I just wanted to go ahead and do an update on the breeding that's gone on this beginning of this year. I said in the beginning I wanted to breed 20 to 25 species of fish, so I'm just going to go ahead and give you guys an update. To date, this year we've turned in 9 species of fish to the Breeder Award program in my club. This is kind of cheating though, because I found out that you can turn in snails, so ram's horn snails, Malaysian trumpet snails, and pond snails. I turned in all 3 of those. Pretty easy 3 points there. The other ones I turned in, convict cichlids. Those were super easy to breed. Basically when I moved the tank, there was fry in there. I just scooped them up, raised them up. For the Breeder Award program, you need to have them alive for 60 days. So everything I've turned in up to this point, basically I bred either late last year or early this year, like January. So convict cichlids, those are ones when I moved here, I took those out, so those have actually been like 90, almost 120 days old at this point. The other ones, cherry barbs, swordtails, both of those I actually bred before I moved. I just turned them in now. It's actually these swordtails and cherry barbs that are behind me in this tank behind me. Both of those I turned in. They're pretty old. Cherry barbs I bred in a tank I'll show you here. And it was a super simple process. Basically the moss caught all the eggs. I just pulled out the adults and then raised up the fry in that tank. Swordfish are live bears, so they're pretty easy. You just scoop out the fry. I actually did those in the tubs outside last summer. The other ones, guppies, endlers, also live bears, same thing, super easy. Those fish have grown up nice and easy. They're pretty old at this point, most of the ones I turned in, but I have kind of a lot of them that I've done at this point. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The last one that I turned in is the bristlenose plecos. So that was a super exciting one. That was the one that was new for me. I had gotten them to fry stage before, but I've never actually raised them up. At this point, they're just barely 60 days old. I just turned them in. So I was super excited to turn those guys in because that's one I had been working on for a long time. And I'm glad to finally get fry out of that. The other one I didn't mention, sorry I forgot one, is the ruby green cichlids, which is actually in this tank that I'm sitting behind. It's actually right here. Those ones are also just barely over 60 days old. The bristlenose and those bred at almost the same time. And I was super happy to turn those in. I only got like 8 to 10. It's kind of hard to tell with them being in the tank because they have a lot of places to hide right now. But I turned those in, so that's a super exciting one as well. Things that are going on, I actually have gotten the Apistogramma cockatoides to lay eggs twice now. Neither times were the eggs able to hatch. I think the parents are going to take a while to get it figured out. They might not be fertilizing them. They might be eating the eggs. I'm not 100% sure. They've laid in 2 different spots, so I think eventually they'll figure it out. Another one, peacock gudgeons. I've been working on those for a little while, trying to get them old enough and bulked up enough to breed, and I think we're to that point. They laid eggs. I actually have 1 free swimming as of yesterday. I'll check. You'll see the video probably now from today, so maybe there's more that have hatched, but I know I had 1 free swimming yesterday, which is awesome. Hopefully I can keep them alive and feed them. I'm feeding them vinaigrette eels right now, and then we'll move them over to baby brine shrimp here in a few days. So I'm hopeful for those guys. Things I'm still working on. My Neolamprologus multifasciatus, I've gotten them to have fry before, but I never was able to fully raise the fry. So we're working on those guys. We're still working on peacock gudgeons, obviously trying to make those work. Still working on the Apistogrammas. The other ones that we haven't, Geophagus brasiliensis, which I have in one of my tanks, I would love to get those guys to breed. Right now they're in with the convicts, so I think the convicts are definitely bothering them too much to try and lay eggs. But I'm hopeful to get one of those to hold, and then maybe I can get the female out and they'll be able to raise up the fry. The last one that I'm still working on, Neolamprologus trichocephalus, which is in this tank right here on my right. I did a whole video on that, so you can see it up in one of the corners here. And I would love to get those guys. I put even more rock into that tank since the last time we talked about it, and I'm really hoping that we can raise some fry from that. So we have angelfish, always trying to get angelfish to breed. I'm setting up a new tank for them, so look for that video very soon because I'm actually setting it up today. So I'll show you the scape. You'll probably see that video next week. So that's all that's pretty much going on right now. I hope you guys like this update. If you have any ideas on other fish you'd like to see me breed, or if you have questions about fish that I have bred, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely answer them. You can, again, check out some of my TikTok videos, as that's the main place that I'm posting most of my content now, as I think it goes to the most people with the least work for me. So that's where I'm at. Check us out on TikTok, Aquatic Journal on TikTok as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.